All right. Good morning, everybody that's not here yet. But today we are going on our inaugural Sunday Saga journey, or Saga Sunday, whatever. Same difference here. We're going to be playing the Banner Saga, or starting the Banner Saga. And yeah, so how we doing this morning, Brian? Is everything going through? I can't hear myself on the on anything here. Okay, so I guess you can hear me. Okay, good. I don't actually think that there's any music at this point, so I don't think you should be hearing anything. Oh, you wouldn't be anyways because we're not on the capture screen. Got it. It's a process. It's a learning process. Okay, so I think we're going to get started. So what we're going to do now is... Oh, hey, and how was that? Is it a good movie? Okay, good. So, let's see. Marker. All right. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is working on... Why isn't this? I can't hear myself. Okay, well, let's do that then. So the first thing I want to do before we actually get started... Yeah, I'd agree with that. What's the third one that you've seen? Okay, so we get to pick our own heraldry. I don't know where this is going to be displayed, but we're going to scroll through some of these and see if we can find something that fits with our aesthetic here. Oh, what we do in the shadows. That's right. Have you watched the TV show for that? Because there's a show for that too. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put the chat box back on here, because then when I export this VOD to YouTube, the conversation that I'm having with you will make sense because people will be able to see it. Let's try 350 by 350. The font setting, I think we're going to put the text color as white. And we're going to put this up here, I think. And you know what? We might actually shrink it, so I'm going to shrink it a little bit more. We're going to do 250 by 250. 250 by 250. Learning process. Okay. So I think that'll be okay. Okay, so we're going to scroll through here. Tell me if you see anything that jumps out at you as being a suitable logo as I'm kind of scrolling through here. Something maybe kind of science-y or Or something that just fits me. That's kind of cool. Second from the right on the third row. This one right here? With the snake? Yeah, I kind of like the snake. The first one that jumped out at me was actually this one. The green with the quiver. We got roses. We just need to pick something cool. Kind of like that one. I think I keep getting drawn, right? I keep getting drawn to the arrows one. So you know what? That's what we're going to do. That's going to be our heraldry. And we're going to get started. The crown with the arrow underneath. Crown with the arrow underneath. Oh, this one? Third on the last row. Yeah, I like the quiver. I like the quiver better, so I think I'm going to go with the quiver. That one's kind of cool, but I like the green. Green is on brand, so we're going with green. Just let me know if I need to do anything with the sound levels when we get started. Exactly. You got to think. I mean, the brand is important. Got to think of the brand. So we're going in. Banner Saga. Story changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. Okay? The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survive through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep. What? Oh, okay. Into the north. Oh, called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Okay. Maybe I should read it before I read it. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped. The sun. Okay, so far. All right, here we go. Stoic. I'm telling you, man, the look of this game is spectacular.
It has been several long months on the road.
Oh, good. They narrate. I don't have to narrate.
Signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val human borders.
Varl is the giants with the horns. That's a Varl.
Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these
Hopefully the thunder doesn't pick up too loud. It's raining.
How long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the
Yeah, exactly. It's it's like the epitome of almost minimalism. Everything that's there serves a purpose, and especially since this is an indie game, you can tell. At least I feel like they really were maximizing their budget on how they put everything together. Well, at least you're drawing stuff. I'm not even drawing stuff. Ooh, rain picked up. Okay, so here's tutorial battle time. Let's get into this. We're going in hot. Maybe. Hopefully the power doesn't cut out. Okay. Okay. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Use R to pan around your surroundings, okay? Zoom in and out. R2 is in, L2 is out. We'll zoom in a little bit. Press X to continue. Let's do it. So you can see down at the bottom there's the turn order. That's pretty classic. Portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Allies are blue, enemies are red. Okay, got it. So just looks like a straightforward two. Okay. Movement happens before action. The ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more okay, yeah. Right. The horned genre is called Varl. Take up 4 tiles. Humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on strategy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, UI is not very cluttered either. It's pretty good. Okay, so use L to choose a tile. Press X to confirm the move. Okay, so we move him over here. Enemy tiles are red and pulse if the enemy's in range. Target, use left stick. Oh, okay. Select the attack. You can choose either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon show the damage you will do to that stat. Yeah, so basically the way that this works is... honestly, I don't really remember, so I guess we'll just have to, keep going. Let me know if the audio levels are still good now that we're into it for real. Okay, so... Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to... Oh, they're still good. Okay, good. You open them up to take more damage in the future. Got it? Has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Use the left stick and X to select the fist. Okay. And then X to confirm. Dead. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is later. Oh, that's right. That's your XP. So renown is XP in this game. I'm also going to take a second and resize the chat window again. I think I'm going to kind of make it more rectangular. Give me a second. Yes. Yeah, because if you look at the okay, so we're gonna do 150 on the height and 300 on the width, and we'll do that. We'll see if that works a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, so basically if you look at the stats of the character above his name or above his picture, you can see the armor, and he's got 9 out of 10, so his default strength is 9 at this point, and then it'll show once it calculates the armor of whoever you're attacking. Oh, good. Hey, it works. So I turned on CloudBot last night and set up some mod stuff, and it looks like it... Okay, here's the other thing I'm going to do. I'm going back into the chat box. Sorry, this is taking a minute. I'm going back into the chat box. I'm going to drop the font size to, like, 15. Let's try 15 and see if that... I think that might be a little bit better. Okay. Alright, here we go. He's down. Take an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate. Okay, that's right. Turns always alternate, even if you're outnumbered. That's a little small. Okay. 17, let's try it. Okay. Hey, man, this is a learning experience. This is the first stream with the first real stream with the new setup. So, I'm also going to, once again, make it a little bit bigger, the box. So if we go 16 set, oh, it just went to 18. Well, let's try 18 then. Okay, so we're back up again. We got a different sized. We'll just type something in here. Chat box test. How's that? Is that a little better? Alright. So he's going to move. Despite being at full strength, I have really high armor. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so we'll leave it like that. We can always adjust later if we need to. So, despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's armor. I can't even see my armor, though. Okay, now it's my Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of... Oh, that's right. So, yeah, willpower is going to be... You can see the yellow star icon that says 8 out of 8. That's willpower. It's basically like MP or AP action point boosts or something like that. By moving at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Or how close you'll be in range. Okay, so we're going to move the Warhawk into range. And we'll see. Okay, so that took... Standard attacks affect only a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special enemy, or a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Your unit menu combat include move, ability, attack, and in turn. So there's ability, that's in turn, that's attack. So we're going to select Tempest. Warhawk's Tempest allow him to slam multiple enemies at once. Boom. How about that? I remember Warhawks being badass. Okay, that made quick work with the Chiefs and Bodyguards. When there's only one enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how turn order has changed. Now we get to go twice in a row. Right. If the character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. Chieftain will rest this turn. He's in some trouble. My shield banger won't be able to... Okay, so I'm at 8, and he has 8. Willpower can be used. Okay, so... Oops. I didn't want to do that. How do I go back? Oh, okay, got it. Yes, you are understanding correctly. Your HP is also your attack power. So if I'm remembering like stuff that Pat was saying while Pat and Wooly were playing this, basically what you want to do is you want to pick one guy, get him down to 1 health, and then kill everyone else and just let that other guy live so that you can pillage correctly. Or whatever, so that you can get maximum whatever.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods...
Yeah, it's a really interesting system, I think.
Watched man and bar slaughter each other, even before the threats arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more threats to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. 12 families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade. Quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe.
Nice.
Any men you need, they're loyal. I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
To the proving grounds we go then. Chapter 1. Only the sun has stopped. Approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the great hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? What do you want? The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. It does seem, you know what? It seems a bit chaotic around here, Eric. It's been worse. We got a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Scalfings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. I guess that's the name of the raiders, I suppose. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who could tell us. Use L, left stick, and L1 or R1 to highlight the marker tint. And then press X to visit the merchant. Market. Okay. Well, we're going in. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Well, that means guilt. I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. Oh, that's rough. It's not a base building aspect. It's more like army maintenance. So you have to manage your supplies, your food and stuff because we're going to be marching around with our army. And so you have to keep your army a balance between like well-fed and rested, but also moving quickly so that your clansmen, fighters, and varls, so that they don't basically desert. So it's not necessarily base management. It's more like, or base improvement. It's more like army management or troop management. Scalfing's chieftain bled out about an hour ago. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. I think for now I think I'm going to. Yeah, base management is fun. It's got a nice little, not mindless, but almost relaxing, feel to it. I think I'm gonna play Ubin as polite. So Eric, do we need some help here? Had I to change a heart, I hope you do give us a hard time. He sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? I don't think I'm gonna go intimidate right now. I think I'm gonna go pay him. You toss a sliver of silver on the table. Both men look at you with surprise. Had gestures meekly to a variety of junk from his stall. Take whatever you like. Only thing I'd like is the name of a place. Nobleman up by East Wall, but that was months ago last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel. Disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Oh yeah, Gunnulf. That's the, Gunnulf is the Warhawk. This dude's a badass. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. Better than an eggplant. Ooh, harsh burn. Goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be scalfing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall? Best I could tell, the name's ironic. Excuse me. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm gonna find him. I'll meet you there. Yeah, strategy. Shouldn't we have an approach? What a luxury. Come on, you've already mopped up worse today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Okay, so now I think we're actually going to switch. So what does triangle do? Renown. Oh, it's just the days of supplies. 100 days of supplies. Okay, so now we go to the mead house. Days of supplies, renown, toggle. What is that? Oh, okay. No, we definitely... I want that on there. 0 days. Okay, so we're going to go to the mead house. You arrive in front of what must be noblemen. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get it over with. That's the spirit. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of a table, his axe drawn. Well, that was fast. Wide-eyed drunken scalthings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Let's get back in it. More practice battles. Okay. Yeah, I got a couple small dudes now. Okay, ready. I guess I hit triangle to hit ready. Oh, okay. So if you hit up, here we go. We're learning. If you hit up, you can see each character's strength and armor, or health and armor. Let's turn it on. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's great. Ready. Battle time. Okay, so... shoot. Valgard. I wonder how much they can move. So this is going to be all about positioning. I don't think I want to use any willpower this early. So I think I'm just going to kind of set up here. Not quite at max range. And what does this do? Blocks damage to strength and armor for 1 round. Blocks 3 damage per hit. Yeah, I think I am going to... I'm going to do a stone wall. Oh, shoot. I don't think it really shows danger zone. It looks like it just kind of shows the movement range. And that's, I'm using left and right on the D-pad there. And then down, I guess, jumps to me. Okay, so Eric. What's rally? Light step, move through allies. Rally gives willpower to enemies at range. Okay. So... I think I'm going to set him up here. Can I attack? Okay, no, I can't attack. And I'm just going to end my turn. Then. Here we go. Okay. So we're going to move Big Boy here. And we're going to attack. So I have 9. So I'll do 3. I think I'm actually going to break his armor. So that way the next hit will be bigger. And I think I'm just going to move Gunnulf straight forward here. I can't Tempest, so we're going to end my turn. Okay. So... I feel like my Varl can take care of these two guys right here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. It's his ability. I think it's like a berserker ability or something like that. So I'm gonna move Valgard over here, and I'm gonna attack this guy, and I'm gonna hit him with the health, but I'm not gonna spend willpower. I'm just gonna hit him for 2. Okay, he broke a little bit of armor. So let's move him over here, and we will attack this guy. And I'm gonna do. We're gonna go big on it. We're going big on it. Okay, so this guy. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to move here and attack. Oh, okay, interesting. So the 90% means that my attack is lower than his armor, so that it's not a guaranteed hit. That's what that means. And yeah, we're gonna hit this guy. Okay, broke his armor. That's not good. So now, okay, here's what's gonna happen. Gunnulf's gonna come over here, and Gunnulf's gonna Tempest. And we're gonna do that and get a couple of renown, because Gunnulf is the man. Okay, so okay, so Valgard is pretty good. I feel like I need to. That was a big thunder. It's hard for me to tell. Okay, so this guy, who's next? This guy is next. I can't get to him. Then he goes. Then that guy goes. And this guy. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and extract myself from the situation a little bit. I'm going to move over here. And attack. I have 7 out of 6. Yeah, we'll spin the willpower. Ooh, it sounds like I'm using a voice modulator. Go lay down. You're alright. Does it still sound like I'm using a voice modulator? It might have been a stream hiccup or something. Or maybe I was talking at the same time as the thunder. It could be the rainstorm. I know, Goober. Life is real tough. It's okay. Alright, yeah, go ahead and refresh. We'll be here. Okay, D. So if we move Eric over here, I know. Scrumples. Okay, so that's a perfect use of. Okay. Shield banger. Okay, so we can kill this guy. So let's take him out. Okay, good. As long as it's better, that's really good. Okay, so I want to move. I really want to. Okay, so we're gonna move Gunnulf here, and Gunnulf is going to just murder this man.
Gunolf is a badass. And these guys are only attacking my armor. I wonder why. So... Oh, he only needs one. Alright, so I'm gonna come over here. And we're gonna hit this guy with 1 willpower to knock him down to 1 and basically make him useless. And if we attack him, spend 2 willpower, now their entire group of guys is useless. So we can just kind of... Oh, I remember what the deal is. You want to get them useless so you can kind of... so that you can kind of meter out, like, who gets kills. What's square? Square doesn't do anything. So that you can kind of progress your party better, because that's how you will level up, is getting kills. So... I think... Gunolf's killed like 3 people, so I don't think I'm going to kill anybody with him anymore. I think I'm just going to... just go 1 by 1, I think. Oh, that's right. So, let's take his armor down. They're taking Gunolf's armor down. Gunolf, the man with plan, is gonna rest. Volgard is gonna kill you. I don't need to spend any willpower. I feel like those trophies mean I'm gonna go level up, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, Eric. What are the banners here? Everybody's won. Alright, so let's do this. Let's get him. He's dead. That's not who I meant to kill. That's okay. So we can pillage, huh? Let's just move him out of range. Well, it doesn't really matter. In turn. You're gonna rest again. So he just got promoted. So if we move you over here and attack, he's dead. Boom, baby. Victory. Okay, defeat an enemy with a Warhawk, defeat an enemy with a Warden. With the Raid Master. Gunolf gets a promotion. Eric gets a promotion. Ooh. Ooh. 10 renown sounds pretty good. Does it still sound like I'm modulating? Or we... Oh, wait, you said it was better. Okay, sorry. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well. Actually, if you unplug and replug your mic, yeah, we can try that, but that might screw everything up. Wagner. Next for Varl ship we last spoke. Alright, I'm trying it. Hopefully it's not going to screw anything up too bad. Here we go. Oh, let's grab the mic.
Okay. We're plugged it at, unplugged it, replugged it. We better? Next for Varl Kingship, last we spoke. Other flag looks important. Yeah, important guest. See what I deal with all day long. And we're back. I sound like a human again. Well, thank God, I am a human, so that's great. Important guest. See what I deal with all day long. Things make a little more sense. You'd hope to have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrive. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there's no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? Yeah, sure. If you happen to stall our guest down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Why do you gotta stall him? Maybe I will. Eric and Volgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. So we go down to the docks. Vognir, a familiar Varl, steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Vognir. Gods, Ubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old. And if there is Vognir, there must be Hakon. Oh yeah, there's Hakon. Must there. Oh, here we go. So I can move, so we can see instead of just being blocked by an elbow. So let's move him out. Here's Hakon. Must there. Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid, old yaks? Or at what age did you lose a sense of shame? Jorundur demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Vognir, just returning from Arborang, in fact. Oop, wrong way. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay. Sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. Oh, I forgot about Ludin. Ludin's a fucking piece of shit. The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know, he's like the poster child of, if I'm remembering correctly, like, spoiled royal brat boy. Don't you know Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you were around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim. I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink the week away. But let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Moga? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. I think Scrivener is like, I guess that means like, I don't know, bookkeeper or accountant maybe. Young Prince of Men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world like the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. Yeah, there you go. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Here we go. So now we go, oh, hold on. Weariness suddenly sets in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow night, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Choice time. Okay, so we have, that's Hakon. I think that's the stupid prince boy, and that's the Great Hall. I do not remember what I'm supposed to be. That's not what I want. Oh, cool. The touchpad moves at things, too. So, my computer ceased cooperating for the moment because it needs to restart. I'll be back in a few minutes once it gets shit. Okay, that's fair. Take your time. It's all good. So, do I want to talk to Hakon? Do I want to go to the Great Hall? Or do I want to talk to the stupid prince? I think I want to hang out with Hakon because he seems pretty cool. Scrivener. You find Hakon in a meat house surrounded by other Varls. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Hakon, whatever. Went straight for flagon. Vognir's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyways. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the round collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans, I guess. Oh, wait. Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yox fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself, too. Okay, got it. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon let slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swathe through Dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point, just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Oh, so I can do all of it then, I guess. Okay, well, I guess that choice is not as much of a choice. That works out. Is this the right place? Sorry, checking some settings here. Okay, we should be good. Okay. You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin.
Yes, you're with Wagner. I don't remember you.
Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital we crossed by chance. Oh, tax collector. There you go. Scrivener's tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? I'm going to just say I have a habit of recording history. Thought we might talk about your visit. A Varl historian. Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities. Been on the road a while. Takes a deep sigh, whether tired or what? Or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both. Formality mostly. Wagner came to our capital in Arberang. Now we go to the Varl's capital in Grofheim. Cement the grand alliance for the next age of men in Varl. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damned cold up here. I get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. Take the opportunity to excuse yourself. What a bitch. Oh, this guy. To the Great Hall. -1 supplies. At dawn, you are woken by delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there just as you promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Plus 20 renown, that's good. Guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner is already here. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Moga steps forward. Wagner's quartermaster. If you recall correctly, in charge of this unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. Asks if you're ready to depart. Yeah, we're ready. Let's go. Follow Moger and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think. And we're off. $366 Varl, 85 fighters. We have great morale. Renown is good. We have 67 days of supplies. That's awesome. Okay. And we're off. Marching, marching. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Moga, cracking open mead casks from our gracious friend the governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed. We're gonna toast. We're toasting to Wagner. Raise your drink, toasting the alliance between man and Varl. The others join in. Luden's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Wagner. Let's chat. Thanks for the speech. Slurs Wagner. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Moga, I thought the damned governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? He tried. Then he asked me to clean up his mess for your benefit. Turns out I'd have given the job to you too. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Luden? Hopefully the boy goes back to Arborang on his own. Actually, hold on. I'm going to adjust something with the chat box here. I'm going to make it so that the... we're going to hide messages after 60 seconds. Or 15, yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah? Well, we're back. Thanks for coming back. Hopefully the boy goes back. So we picked up some stupid nerds, and you know, on his own, I can take out from the station on Dredge or something. So Dredge are like zombies. Starting to sound like, hey Con, you don't like the life of a diplomat? And haha, don't you miss the fight, Ubin? You down your mead instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. No joy in... It's just Brian.
Hey, Brian.
It'll be delayed, but it'll pop up. There's no great joy in killing Dredge. At least it should pop up. But pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Oh yeah, there you go. It just popped up. He said hi. Used to be warriors would follow you for what you'd done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it, or is it because I'm next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They've always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stares into the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. You rise groggily at the campsite, a casualty of merriment. Moger's already kicking warriors awake when you spot Luden stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up. You nudge Wagner. You're needed. Ah, it's Luden. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. I mean, just look at this guy. Is he not the picture of, like, douchebag? How long to Grofheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come on, I'll show you on a map. This is a map of the world. Oh, see, look, isn't that nice how they just weave in? It's emergent gameplay here for teaching you how to do this stuff. This is the map of the world. You can explore by panning with the right stick and zooming with L2, R2. So if we zoom out, here's the world. Very Middle-earth map vibes from this, right? So Grofheim is all the way up here, as you can see. I'll zoom back in. And here's where we are. Oh, I guess I should do that. The location of your caravan is indicated here. It is a good map. Everything about this game seems to be really, really good. You should steal it. I'm sure they've got screenshots of it somewhere. The location of your caravan is indicated here by Ubin's icon. The world map is covered with many locations and holds much lore. You can explore the map at any time. Selecting locations with L1 and R1. Press X for more information. Oh, look at all these places. Last gate. Let's get some lore. It's lore time. Last gate. The crossing of the small bridge leading from Vaderfell, which is this place we're about to be, onto the Wandering Road, marked with a small but significant moment in which the Varl truly separated itself from humanity in search for their own lands. Okay. Whoa. When you're finished researching the world map, press circle to return to Traveler Camp. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Oh my god, you can literally click on everything. Maybe we won't do all of it. The vast. Waters to the west were named not for their reach, but for their depth. Longships lost even somewhat close to shore are best considered gone to the depths forever. Okay, so let's go to Grofheim. Grofheim is the last home of the Varl and the seat of their power. Founded by Arfinner, the second Varl king. Though the Varl have moved around a lot, most consider Grofheim their capital. The deeds of Varl are honored here, and all warriors of worth are buried at the foot of the Two Spears, where they are said to become part of the Varl's march itself. Here's the Two Spears. There's mountains, so we got two spears. Unusual gap in the Varl's march. Mountains look like two great spears at a gate. For decades, it became a bloody corridor between the Varl forces and the Dredge to the north until the second Varl king endeavored to build a sprawling fortress here that would eventually become Grofheim. Okay. So, here's the road. The Wandering Road. Let's at least learn about the road one. Is Lacey all depressed since it's raining? So she can't. It's more like she's not a big fan of rain anymore, and she doesn't like storms. So it's more like that. She's not having a good time. Although the weather has calmed down a little bit, at least over here. Alright, Wandering Road. At the end of the First Great War, the Varl had more to contend with than mankind to the south. Above the Bratabrak Peaks, the land crawled with furious war-minded Dredge. The first Varl king, Einar, with the entire Varl race across the snowy fields of the Wandering Road, sweeping away Dredge as they went, before forming the first Varl kingdom at Einhartoft, which is right here. Hron, the long snow fields, used to be the gathering place of Dredge during the Second Great War. Varl pushed them ever north, where they took the land and settled themselves from coldest expanses of the warm, busier lands to the south. Now it's almost entirely Varl. Okay. So Strand is the human capital. The biggest trade city. Okay. Cool. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Setterlund. Grofheim. Up here is the Valka Yokel. At the war's great end, it was the Valka, the first Menders, who had pushed the Dredge so far into the north they were no longer a threat. Some believed the Valka committed genocide of an unfathomable magnitude. Others believed the Dredge were forced to return underground, for not even they can survive these bleak, lifeless ice plains. In any case, the Dredge could be said to inhabit any lands. It is those named after their vanquishers. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we're going to get back to it now. What's the map button? I wonder if square's the map button. Okay, we head north and east past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. It's going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Luden. Why not take the ships to Gremirstead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year, would tear up the longships. Too bad, though. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skrimmerstead. A half-sunken city crawling with Dredge, Prince. Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Looted exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Loon's got a shorter wick than Hakon. Thanks, Vognir. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vaderfell, if we're lucky. March. Oh, camp. Camp is... Here we go. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any time by tapping the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. Here is where the management aspect comes in. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back to the road. No, I haven't promoted... This will be where we do it. I haven't promoted anybody yet. Select the hero's tent by using L1 or R1, then press X. Hey, you can see there's my heraldry. So we have... Well, it doesn't let me go anywhere else. So we're in the hero's tent now. D-pad and X to select the unit and view stats, promote ranks, and learn about abilities. So, as you can see up here at the top, this is the turn order. I can have up to 6 heroes in my party. Right now, I only have 4. So let's view Gunnulf. Oh, here we go. Okay, nice. So use D-pad and X to select the ability button to learn more about the unit's abilities. When Una became the Varl Kings, Gunnulf is the only one from the original group still alive, and for good reason. Okay, so that was this. Ability. So active ability is Tempest, passive ability is Heavy Impact. Tempest. Character uses massive weight to sweep his weapon around himself, hitting multiple adjacent targets, friend or foe, for normal strength damage. Tempest triggers the character's passive ability, Heavy Impact, which in turn can cause a chain reaction of destruction if used in close quarters. Keeping the character out of harm's way until late in the fight will maximize his effectiveness. And then so you can see as we rank it up, he's able to hit more enemies. Passive ability is Heavy Impact. This character hits so hard that any enemies standing adjacent to his target on a strength attack take 1 strength damage from the shockwave. That is radical. Hitting a target like a Varl or Dredge, who takes up 4 tiles, can potentially cause an impact across many more victims than hitting a single tile target, such as a human. Yes, Gunnulf is super OP. He's the best. So we have no points available. Oh, here we go. Here's the help screen. That's a lot. So we had the lore button. Armor blocks damage. Your strength minus their armor equals damage. Renown gained from defeating enemies. Strength equals damage and health. Willpower is spent to move further, hit harder, and perform your ability, but does not replenish. Exertion is the amount of willpower you can use on any given action. Oh, right. Break is the amount of direct damage you can naturally do to an enemy's armor. Alright, please nerf. Yeah. Kills needed to promote to the next rank. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit square to promote this guy. So, promotion. The greatest warriors on the battlefield are those who live past their first battles to start a journey down the path to legend. Higher stats and talents increase your item rank. Let's continue. It takes 5 renown to promote. So you're going to be spending... Renown is basically your currency. Your XP currency for promotion. So yeah, we're going to do that. So he has points available to spend on improving talents and stats. Activate one of the plus. So we have 2 things. So what I can do is I can improve his natural armor break. And then give him a point of exertion, which will let him use a willpower to boost attacks, I think. So I think that's what we're going to do. Rank 2 Warhawk. Hakon is a War Master. Something of a legend. Is renown gained into a pool? No, it's a pool. It's a pool. Yeah, so I'll be able to spend it as I see fit. When he met Wagner, it was during the Second Great War, during which the two became known for cutting a swathe through the dredge. Others were... Oh my god. So, Hakon's ability is Sundering Impact. The character hits even harder than an average warrior with no chance to miss. He can wreak havoc with an additional +1 strength and also adds 1 break damage to the target, plus bonuses to heavy impact. So it's basically a beefed up normal attack. So that's pretty good. And then as you rank it up, it boosts his ability to do stuff. Passive ability is also heavy impact, so he has that as well. We have 914. So he's pretty good. He's got his max willpower right there. He can already exert for 2. Next up is Ludin, the idiot Spearmaster. I'm pretty sure Spearmasters are actually pretty good, though. Ludin is the Prince of Men, the first heir of a vast kingdom. Though disliked by peers and rivals on account of his highborn attitude, few question his intelligence, combat skills, or courage. So apparently he's kind of good. Impale. Character skewers the... Oh, yeah. Impale is rad because it moves. Or once you rank 1, it moves them back. So the character skewers his enemy, doing normal strength damage before kicking them away, doing knockback, and causing them to bleed if they move on their next turn. Yeah, he is useful. So basically, once you get your Impale to rank 3, they'll bleed themselves out. Yeah. Useless assholes are definitely the worst. Target who's bleeding will take 1 strength damage for each tile that they move, which can be especially deadly for enemies that are moved against their will. Yeah. Oh, right. His passive ability is Embolden. Each kill the character makes encourages allies to fight harder, granting 1 willpower to the unit and any adjacent allies. That's actually... Yeah, Ludin actually is pretty good. So that sucks. Gunolf is my boy. Ludin Hakon, that's it. Oh, Mogr. What about Mogr? An old hand in Varl culture, long on the front line of the fight against the dredge. He's had the occasional brush with leading a clan of his own, but eventually settled on commanding Wagner's personal army of Var warriors and is highly respected. So his thing is bring the pain. And bring the pain, the character strikes an adjacent enemy for armor break damage before hunkering down and boosting his passive ability, Return the Favor, to return even more break damage for 1 turn. Oh, nice. Okay. So it's like the Man-at-Arms Retribution, in a way, from Darkest Dungeon. By using Bring the Pain, he can create a forward charge that punishes enemies for ganging up against him. So we want to get this guy out and Return the Favor. An enemy who attacks him loses 1 point of armor for each strike on the character. Return the Favor triggers every time he deals damage from an adjacent enemy, which can make it devastating to hit him with attacks that strike multiple times. And he's got a lot of armor, which is really, really good. 2 out of 4 on the break damage. Okay. So I think I'm starting to get an idea of how to use these guys. So I think I actually want to move him Gunolf to the end. Get Mogr in there first. And then have Ludin and Hakon maybe to like reposition and deal some splash damage, and then Gunolf can come in and clean up. I think we're going to go with that. Okay, so that was the Hero's Tent. Training, I don't really feel the need to go into training at this point, I don't think. So we can rest. Our morale is good. Our morale is great. Okay, square is the map. So you bring that up. Here's the map. Yeah, this is a really good map. This is a good map. And God, literally everything is selectable to oops, wrong button. To look at. That is super awesome. Alright, so now we're just going to leave. I don't feel the need to rest. I don't want to do training. We've already dealt with the heroes, so we're just going to get out of here.
Winterfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
Okay. So now we're down to good morale. By Heidelberg. That's a lot of Varl for some missing cattle. What? A couple days back, sent word to Strand about the cattle. Didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself until it sinks in that you aren't here on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy's seen men up the hill carrying them away. Don't know many men who can hoist a whole cow by himself. Scolfing's out here, maybe? Could they have Varl working for him? Not from what the governor told me. I'm gonna take a look around and get camp set up. The peasant spits, his eyes anxiously darting about as the caravan sets up tents. We'll be here no more than a day. There's silver for any food you've got. For hundreds of Varl, are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You thinking of squatting? Not enough room for a couple of hunters here. Forget hundreds of... Shut up. Hear that? Where's Ludin? It's faint. Sounds like fighting and something else. Hakon takes off at a run. So Ludin's already causing problems. Oh god, it's Dredge. Okay, hero Dredge. Pressing X on any tile will automatically make a path, but you can also set waypoints. Press square here to make a waypoint. Okay. Waypointing is useful when you need to avoid certain tiles. Okay. Spearmen can attack diagonally. That's why. Because spearmen... Yeah, kind of. It's they're not robo zombies. It's more like, I think, like stone zombies rather than robo zombies. Spearmen can attack diagonally, so that's actually super duper strong. Where's all my peeps? And yeah, this dude is a problem. This big guy right here is a big problem. Spearmen can attack diagonally and up to 2 tiles away. Press up to compare your stats with the enemies. I did that. Target this enemy with an attack using L and X. Okay. Splinter, Dredge Brute. They kind of remind me of Titan. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I can see that. So armor blocks attacks on strength. For each enemy armor higher than your strength, there's a 10% chance the attack will be deflected. Notice the chance to hit shown above the attack button. Attack this enemy's strength. Okay, so we're still learning. I'm not going to waste any willpower. It deflected. Deflected attacks do no damage. From here on out, you will fail catastrophically if you don't break armor. Damaging both strength and armor is equally important. Strats! Okay, so that was bad. Okay, so... the guys are here. Hakon is at 14. So I feel the need to... Oop. I'm doing this wrong. Sundering Impact. Added strength and armor damage. So if we do Sundering Impact... let's see what it does. Can I not do it, though? Okay, I guess we'll attack him. And I'm gonna spend that willpower to take down his stuff. Because now we can get Gunnulf in there. And... do... More armor break. Ouch. Okay, so that was bad. Oh, I can't. I guess we'll just have to in-turn. That sucks. Ooh, okay, so Gunnulf's got problems. He's having some problems. Why can't I use this? I wonder. Let's take him down. Alright, so Gunnulf is gonna back up big time. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't work. I think that's going to take a willpower. Yeah, it does. So we're going to bring the pain. Oh. Okay, so I didn't use the thing right. So Hakon is going to use... Oh, I don't have enough willpower because I'm out of willpower, so that's great. I think we're going to break it. No, no, no. Not this guy. The brute. Yeah, I want to do the brute. We'll just hit him. I don't think there's permadeath. But honestly, I don't remember. I guess we're going to find out. So, I'm not going to move. I think we're just going to hit. Break his armor. Okay. Hakon is at 11. No, I don't want to move. I don't want to move. I don't want to move. So, if we attack, there's him for 6. He takes 5. Who's next? He's next. So let's try and make him a little more useless here. Now you are going to attack. So this guy's next to do 4. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, now Hakon is gonna need, really needs to attack the brute, I think. So if I'm gonna do his health because that will mean he does less armor damage. And he's gonna do a break. Mogr attack. So I can kill him, but I can't kill him. So I'm gonna take the kill. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're going to... Nice. So we'll do that. Now I can use Sundering Impact, but it's not really worth... Let's hit this guy. Okay, so Moga can now... should be able to... not kill the grunt, but make him worthless. So they're just going to keep breaking armor. But the good news is that I can kill the brute. So now we can pillage. Last one standing. I think whoever gets this kill is going to level up. And I think I want Mogre to level up first. So I can maybe boost his ability. Well, trying to get a shot in between the plates. You never seen a dredge before, boy? What kind of idiot? Break their armor first. Where did they come from? We didn't even see them, they were just there. Hakon goes to where Vognir lies face down. The future Varl King lies motionless, aside from a spreading pool of blood. Vognir's dead. Chapter 2. Cut with a keen-edged sword. Oh boy. So now we shift character groups. Where did that thing come from? Shh. Stay close. I think it's Oz. And there's a better close-up view of a dredge. Yeah. Rip Vognir. We didn't even get to use him. So new tutorial, ranged combat. Deployment happens before battle. Select your units, Rook and Alette, with the D-pad, and deploy them within the blue squares using the left stick and X. Press triangle to start the battle. So, Rook, I'm going to put over here, and Alette, I'm going to put in this corner. Select a unit with left and right to see information about their abilities. Oh, right. So that's a starving dredge. He's, as you can see, he's considerably weaker than those other dredges. Rook. Mark prey. Does armor break damage. All allies within range attack the marked target. That's actually really good. Alette. Puncture. Bonus strength damage when stationary. Thread the needle. Hits all units between the archer and the target, doing bonus armor break damage. She's really good. So, Rook is first. We're going to move. Orange squares indicate range. Archers have much longer range. But I'm not in range, so we're going to end turn. I feel like there's a way to check range. Zoom in or out. Character stats. Passive ability in gold. Buffs and debuffs. Alright, that doesn't actually help me. Okay, I'm not in range. So we're going to move here. Still not in range, so that's great. In turn. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to mark prey. There we go. Alright, so rook's at 7. We're gonna bat. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna mark prey again. And this time, Alette's just gonna attack. Because that's how it works. So now, what I should be able to do is attack. Oh, yeah, there we go. So the green is bonus damage. And we're going in. Eagle Eye. Great success. Was that a dredge? Alette looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt? No, I'll be fine. When the dredge attacked your cart and the yaks bolted, it spilled most of your supplies. You can see more dark figures moving through trees when you glance in that direction. Great. All that food, that's the last we were going to get before winter. What do we do? Don't run, let me think. Okay, so, forget the supplies. If we hurry, we can gather them before more dredge, or do you think you can handle more of them? So, run, fight, and sneaky. My gut is telling me maybe try and gather the supplies. But I'm open to suggestion on where we think we should go with it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. If we hurry, we can gather them before more dredge appear. I can see them in the trees. Are you sure about this? No, we have to try. Be quick. Let's see if we get it. Alette calms the yaks while you frantically toss supplies. More dredge emerge, but you manage to get the cart moving again before they can close in. Boom, we did it. Plus 15 supplies. That's pretty good. Supplies represent food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When the supplies are gone, people start to die of starvation, so that's bad. The more people are in the caravan, the faster the supplies will diminish. Makes sense. You can see how many days of supplies you have left on the travel display at the top of the screen. Most towns will have supplies to sell, as well as a few items. So there we are. 13 renown. We have normal morale. So if we look at the map... Can I look at the map? Did it work? It did look. Okay. So we're heading to Frostveller, I think. We were at Skoger. Descendants of Stan unable to cultivate good yields or find much fish in the frozen murk of the Ba Harbor. Nevertheless, scratched out a living from the beasts of the forest, where they erected a stone to Hridvalder, patron of hunters. So. Alright, we'll keep going. So I think it's just Rook and Alette. Oh, now we've zoomed in a little bit. We're reaching somewhere.
I never expected to see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivor.
I mean, you can't really beat father-daughter archer team, right? I'm pretty sure Ivor's pretty cool too, but I honestly don't remember. Ivor. The enormous Varl in question towers over the men in the training field. He squints as you approach. Yeah, Ivor is pretty cool too. Already back, Huntmaster. Thought you'd be tomorrow. Dredge everywhere. Dredge, how'd they get through Greyhorn? Must have broken through the fort. The fighters nearby have stopped sparring. They gather around you. Damn it. They'll be here soon if they're not already. You hear screams. From the outskirts, people are running towards the Great Hall. Ivor turns to one of the older boys in his group of fighters. Aegle, take Alette to the Great Hall. Tell the chieftain what's happening. The rest of you gather up as many people as you can. Come on, Alette. No, wait, I want to help. No. So I think I'm playing Rook as protective dad. So, no. Looks like she might protest, but Skousen runs off to safety. Gods, Rook, don't start telling them I know what I'm doing. I know it's a stretch, but they bought it. What's the plan? Just hold off any dredge until everyone's inside, then we figure it out. More shouts draw your attention to some houses atop a nearby hill. Oh, okay, so houses. That's all I can do. So we're going to the houses. Sure enough, dredge are gathering in number. You hear misplaced laughter nearby. Past a pile of corpses, a man is single-handedly holding back 4 dredge with a battered spear. I'm already a fan of this guy. Oh yeah! Behind you, Trigvi, shouts Ivor, who shoots you a dour look. If Trigvi is known for being a madman, at least he's the sort who can hold a spear in the right direction. He smiles a mile wide when he realizes that you're going to have to fight your way out of this. Yeah, Trigvi's pretty cool too. Turn order. Units move in the order you place them from left to right. This initiative order is very important when setting up strategies. For example, put archers after melee units so they can stay safe behind your heavy hitters. And the other thing to do is, because I want Rook at the end, because of Rook's ability, that as long as I have Ivor and Trigvi in range, if I can get Rook into melee range and to mark prey, that's 3 free attacks. Okay, so let's bracelet. Lovingly made by a hunter's wife to keep her daughter safe from harm. I'm going to give that to Rook. Triggy has his own necklace. The necklace with matching full and half moon symbols made of pearl. He believes they align to give him luck, plus 10% crit chance. And then plus 1 armor, plus 1 strength, plus 1 willpower. So yeah, Alette's really strong. And I probably should have left her, but it's okay. But I feel happy about... Yeah, so Spearmasters have the same... He's got the same abilities as Ludin. Trigvi is well known in his hometown for being the guy you hope doesn't sit next to you in the meat house, or is yelling loudly in the middle of the night, or building a collection of spears far more numerous than most men need in a lifetime. He spends a fair amount of time by himself. 810. Ivor is a strong arm. When Skogar was still young, Ivor wandered into the town center, startling the settlers from Runwall who had rarely seen a Varl before. He's never said why he left Varl lands to help men build a small town, but each chieftain in Skogar's family line is happy to have him. He's known Rook since the man was young, and the two formed a fast kinship. And then Rook is a hunter. Rook is a skilled hunter from a long line of woodsmen who've lived in Skogar, though none of his family have survived the long, hard winters of the north. Since childhood, he's been close friends with the town's resident Varl Ivor. His talents quickly landed him the position of Huntmaster of Skogar, and Rook wrestles with wanting to teach his daughter Alette to become a self-sufficient woman while also keeping her safe from harm, something he was unable to do for his wife, Aldous, years ago. So there you go. There's your baggage. Let's go. Oh, that's okay. Thanks for hopping in. Okay, so how do I want to set these guys up? I think I want to move Rook kind of towards the back. since he's an archer. And maybe... put Triggy over here, since he can diagonally attack or something like that. Let's try it. So... no, let's break some armor. Right. Yeah, if only I had a capable archer. So, what is Ivor's ability again? He has... when hit by an adjacent enemy, counterattack for 1 armor damage. Okay. Alright, so if we move him here, I can battering ram you. And see if that actually did anything. So if we move... oh! Okay, I figured out how to find out if you're in range. So watch that dredge by Triggy when I move this forward. Boom. Now I can see his thing and how much damage I'm going to do. So if we just move him up here, then I can attack and do 7. I'll just take the 7. Because now he's pretty worthless-ish. Okay, Triggy's not having a good time at the moment. If I use Impale... on... if I use Impale on this guy... yeah, let's use Impale on him. We'll kick him back. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. I want to... I think I'm gonna hit this dude. Get him out of the fight a little bit here. Dang. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Alright, we're gonna take a risk. And we're gonna mark prey. There we go. So now Triggy is going to impale again this guy. Oh, and he deflected that. That's really good. So if we move back this way and I just attack, bring down that armor. We're going to... let's look. So he's got 7. I'm going to be doing 4 damage. Triggy's not looking good. I might mark prey him again. Triggy is going to... impale. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so he's useless now. That's freaking great. I can't believe he did that. Let's battering ram this guy. And the grunt's gonna move. And he takes an armor damage. We're gonna move here. Oh, I can't. Okay, fine. We're just gonna attack. Not him. Yeah, we'll attack the dredge grunt. I'll turn these off. Okay, so he takes one. Yeah, bleed is definitely where it's at. Okay, so Triggy is gonna kill this guy. And what we can do is impale again. Ooh, and it was a crit. Oh, you can't kill him with that. Okay, I didn't know that. So the guy that's bleeding is next. Dredge Grunt is next. The Stone Guard is after that. Okay, I'm just going to attack you for 2 armor break. And I can do damage to everyone with Rook. And I am going to attack the Stone Guard. Spend a willpower. Okay. Triggy is going to move here. And do... Oh, that's not how I wanted. Uh-oh. Shoot. Okay, yeah, we're gonna kill him. Okay, new plan. We got it. Alright, I got it. So we're gonna kill... Yes. This guy. Oh, I thought we were gonna kill. Oh, I shot the wrong dude! Son of a bitch. Got him. So now we're in pillage mode. Last one standing. Is there a way to see who has kills already? I don't think so. Unless that's the... Oh, no, it's the renown above their head. Either way, this guy... I think we might as well just end it, right? I think we're just going to end it. Yeah. Combat can be unforgiving. Don't hesitate to change the difficulty. Or I could just learn how to play the game. Maybe that's a better idea. Take stock of your handiwork. I think I'll stick with you lads, says Trigny. Unless you've got other ideas. I've grown something non-committal. A black horde is forming at the tree line. Enough of this, says Ivergrant. So we're going back. One more check of the houses. Got it. You see them rummaging through homes? Oh boy. Okay, so we have... Let's talk to Ivor. I think it's willpower that's above their head. You find anyone a few sentiments side, gods, this is bad. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about Dredge. This would be the time to start talking. I can tell you they rarely stop for rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us till we're tripping over tired women and children, then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them, so that's great. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Ask the Menders, I wasn't there. But I know you fought your fair share. Yeah, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're gonna save us now. Don't you lay that evil on me. Come on, let's get inside. Oh, I hope that didn't skip it. Things ahead. Okay, it doesn't. Market. Great Hall. Heroes. Okay, so we're gonna go to Heroes. Oh, yeah, we got 2 promotions, baby. So we're going to promote. Spend 5 renown there. So... What is this? Oh, interesting. Okay, never mind. Oh, holy crap. So there's even more that you can do. Within just maxing your thing? That's crazy. Wow. Yep, we'll promote him. I'm gonna give him another hit of stuff. That's some nonsense. So Rook didn't get any kills, so I need to get Rook some kills. Okay, so that's the same. Oh, okay, so it's the same. It's always the same. Still, that's really cool. Hunker down. And Titan strap. So it like adds in abilities. That's freaking wild. That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay. Yeah. So that's super rad. So, and then the market is, I think, where you can buy, like, yeah, here you go, items and stuff. Okay, so 1 renown gets 3. Okay, so here's where you buy supplies. So these items, the number in red next to the item is the level that you have to be, or the rank that you have to be in order to wear it. That's pretty good. Wait, is that right? Or does it... Yeah, then that's how much renown. So rare crystal that when struck... That's pretty cool. But 1 renown gets 3. I think I might get a couple of things of supplies here. And then we'll go into the Great Hall. Chieftain. Nice tattoo, bro. Rook, thank the gods you made it. Great Hall is an utter din, filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't... What in the depths is going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses. Chieftain's wife finds you pushing through the crowd. Oh, yeah! This lady is awesome. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? Don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight, what would you both do in my place? I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. Not so easily done. Rook. I trust Ivor. There's something... Yeah, her design is really good. They obviously gave her that, like, elf archer vibe. And yeah, she's got some pretty strong stuff. There's something about Ivor. He knows more than he's been telling us. The chieftain sighs a deep and heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagined us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? If Dredge are coming down from the north, Frostveller to the west. It's close and has walls. I intend to be free of Skogar in one push, nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostveller. Well, that's a badass thing to do. Ivor's right. I'll help with the distraction. The chieftain thinks for a long moment. I didn't ask for advice just to ignore it. Promise you're not throwing your lives away on this. It wasn't part of my plan. Ivor? Nope. Then I'm coming with you. We got her. This catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin, but doesn't argue. From the training she's given Alette, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. Make your move, Ivor. We'll leave when you're clear. Do I get Alette on this too? I would also like to have Alette. Okay, I want Gil with us. If something happens to him, I need to tell the chieftain. Ivor goes off to him. Alette finds you. I know what you're doing. Please let me come. Don't leave me. Please, I'll be good. No, Alette's coming with us. I promise, she said. Ivor soon finds you both. Let's go. Remember, we're not trying to fight them all. We're just getting their attention. You step into the town courtyard where you can already see Dredge in every direction. Ivor starts banging his shield and swearing at them. We kill a few, he shouts, and the rest will follow. You steel yourself for a tough fight. Alright, so we should go... Alright. So here's our three. I want... What is Egil? He's a raid master. Okay. So I'm going to move him here. Oh, whoops. Insert. I guess that's what I wanted to do. She's a Sky Striker, which already sounds pretty cool. Oddleaf. The chieftain of the Skogar was considered one of the luckier men in town when he wooed the beautiful daughter of a well-known fighter. These days, most people consider him a lucky man for marrying someone who knows how to run a town. We already read Rook. What about Alette? Rook's daughter only vaguely remembers her mother who died when she was a child. Since then, Alette spends most of her time with her father. Unimpressed by the traditional roles of other girls in town, she hopes to become a hunter like her father. Yeah, that's pretty much one of the coolest class names ever. Sky Striker. Eagle Eye is another good one. In her spare time, she practices archery with Oddleaf, the wife of Skogar's chieftain, who has become a motherly figure to her. And she's already got a kill. I'm going to give her bracelet back. Sky Striker. Oh, yeah, what about Eagle? A young boy growing up in Skogar without parents, Egil spends a lot of time behind a battered metal shield, training to be a fighter. The few who know him well call him Gil. Raid Masta. So, okay, Stonewall is his ability. Braces for impact. Oh, resist damage. Okay, no, we want him... Okay, so we want him up towards the front. I don't want to swap though. Alright, I also want to look at all these abilities. Rain of Arrows. Here we go. The character secretly selects an unoccupied tile on the board and fires up to 3 arrows in the air. If any enemy passes through the selected tile, they are hit by the falling arrow, doing normal strength damage and stopping them in their tracks, ending their turn. Rain of Arrows can be used offensively, defensively to protect allies, and in general is most effective when forcing an opponent to second-guess his actions. Smart use of the ability can potentially lock down an entire team. And her passive ability, just like Alet's Puncture. By standing still, so when you don't move. Okay, so she's going to be set up at the back. Alet's going to be set up at the back. And then these guys... Okay, I think we're ready. Let's do this. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy with that being at the back. Let's move Alet here. I want Triggy there. And our boy Gil, I'm going to move over that way. Alright, let's do this. We're going to Stonewall, see if they want to... So we move him forward, and we'll battering ram you. Why? What the hell? What just happened? Seriously? Holy shit. Okay, that's really bad. So, what if we mark prey? I just battering rammed my own guy. Apparently they did. Okay, so we lost Rook. Alright, let's do big hit, big hit. Okay, this is not going super great. Let's get the bleed going. Odd Leaf. Is gonna neutralize you. So you're worthless now. Okay, Triggy's not dead. We're going to exert a little bit. Ivor is going to smack this guy for 7. And now they're pretty much worthless. Okay, so we're okay now. We're gonna get... So Triggy's already been promoted. So he's just gonna rest. Oddleaf, I might just give Oddleaf both of these. So we can get her promoted. And then... Yeah, I get... Well, you got a point. You got a point. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, hang on. Oh, great. Rook's injured, so this is great. Yeah, somebody's here. Do you give me 1 second? I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Let's see. Marker. Add another stream marker. Transition it back. And we'll get back into it. So +4 renown, -4 supplies. Rook is injured. That's bad. So we'll see what happens with all that. You have no problem getting the dredge to follow. Things begin to look dicey, but you're eventually able to lose them in the thick woods where they have difficulty keeping up. You climb to an overlook and wait for the caravan to appear. An hour later, Oddleaf is the first to spot them. There, she points to the road. As you rejoin them, you can tell there was trouble, some people wounded and others missing. A group is gathered at the rear of the caravan. Oddleaf walks beside a covered figure in the open wagon. Old fool, she says through clenched teeth. I should have stayed with him. The chieftain's death hits you like a blow to the gut. Whoa, what? I missed that part. You continue to Frostveller in silence, Alet's hand firmly in your own. Great. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far that you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. That's not good. We've got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. I'm going to rally the caravan with a speech. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child onto your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onwards. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves even harder. Hey, morale improved. That was good. +5 renown. There we go. There we go. Let me look at the map. Coming up on the Godstone. Oh, we're not that far at all. So that's great. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions, meet the Godstone of Hridvalda. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright? Gods, Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. You're right. Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Fah. Men are a plague on the world worse than any dredge, as far as I can tell. Chats like this are why we get along so well, Ivor. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The Godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of the Hridvalda looking the same direction as you. We're going to inspect the stone. The Weatherstone doesn't see many visitors, not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings, out of habit more than anything else, now that the gods are dead. Hridvalda was the god of hunters and wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. Young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she said, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually the camp is broken down and it's time to move on to Frostveller. It feels like an end more than a start. Oh, we gained an item. I don't have the option to camp, so I can't look at it. Oh, now I can camp. Alright, let's go to camp. Alright, so... How's the arm, Eagle? Find Eagle just outside camp, so we're practicing the sword swings. I saw you taking some hard hits out there. Oh yeah, I'm great. Not great, considering everything. I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now. But if you want, just call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I wanted to let you know that I meant what I said before about making sure nothing happens to Alette. Think about what to say. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. Did he say that? That's good, I'm trying. Never had to fight anything like Dredge before, but I don't have much else to do, and how many people get to train with a Varl? It just seems like I could be a help to someone. That's what I want to be. Never seen a shield like that before. Okay, so I get to say all of it. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal, really heavy. But I've been practicing with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time just getting used to lifting it. He raises it up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. It's the only thing in my father's eye I have left. Yeah. When my mother died, she gave it to me before she died. Protective of Alette, huh? Mm-hmm. So here's your potential boyfriend, right? That I'm gonna have to scare off. Well, I don't want her to get hurt. You can see his cheeks turn bright red. Don't worry, she can take care of herself too. I know, I didn't mean easy, Gil. I know what you meant. If you need anything, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're gonna be okay. I can tell. How about Triggy? Trigvi. Guess I better thank you for helping us out back there. Turns his head, his eyes wide as though something was stalking him. Oh, nice beard, Rook. But that's not why I'm here. Oh, okay. Why are you here? Fat clansmen. What? They eat. Don't know how to kill thing, Rook. He rolls the R in Rook gratuitously while holding out his spear for you to inspect. This guy is insane. Look at this thing. They grow on trees. You can make this from a tree. My advice, show him how to stick some pigs, or stick a rabbit, a bird. You can stick almost anything, Rook. Think very carefully about how to respond to that. I'm going to say, ask him if he's got any more helpful advice. Glad you finally asked. Don't trust a man just because they have faces and use their mouths. A man will look at you right through his helmet and lie. Should I trust you, Trigvi? Come on, Rook. Am I wearing a helmet? You always been this way? Have I always been Trigvi? Dumb question, Rook. Look, I hear what they say behind my back. Triggy's handsome, Triggy's brave, but you're the right man for this job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Oh, that's all good. To be perfectly honest, I'm probably going to start winding down pretty soon, especially if I hit like another chapter break. So that's all good. Go get you some lunch. Gotta go. I get it. We've all got things to do. Me, I was about to go swimming. Well, at least you're keeping clean. Nobody comes looking for you in a pool of water, you know. Don't let me waste too much time there, okay? We'll come get you before we leave. I'll see you around. If your keys are out, this guy. So, if we go to the hero's tent. He's injured. Where do I see what that means? Okay, so you have to be level 2. I can't give it to anybody but Ivor, so we'll just give it to Ivor. Caravan halts when a group of men appear at the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, I'll show you a watering hole with enough animals, fill the supply wagons. Inherent fear of strangers raises mutters from the caravan. What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting for food when the dredge found our village, says the man. When we returned, he looks away. I'm going to allow the men to join us. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. And the men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Plus 12 fighters, plus 5 renown, plus 18 supplies. We have 10 days of supplies now. That's great. During a rest, one of the men got too drunk and ended up splashing meat in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts. Many thrown fists and a broken bone later, the instigator, Raffensvalta, is tossed on the ground at your feet. Angry clansman looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. We're going to tie him up until he dries out. Grab a rope from the supplies. Make short work of the saw. A few onlookers throw scraps at him, but most just walk away with a laugh, at least content that some measure has been taken. There you go. As we continue to march, the caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostfeller with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. All right. Perfect. So I think that actually, here's a market. I think that this is going to be the point where we call it for today. To all of you who popped in and joined me, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll be back up tomorrow evening with the start of Devil May Cry 5. And, you know, there we go. That'll be the start of Must Play Mondays. So I'm super excited for that. Please stop by if you've got some free time tomorrow night and want to see me be probably, I'll say good, not great, at a fantastic action game. And thanks for joining the Heisen Lab. I'll hopefully see you guys again soon.